And welcome everybody to another edition of Tobs Talk presented by Thomas & Ferris right here on Greenlight Channel 2. I'm Jake Donnelly. Thank you for tuning in. And yes, I got a haircut. No, I'm not exactly happy with it. And speaking of not exactly happy, head coach of the Tobs, Justin Hough, can't be happy with the way his team has performed over the last two games. On Sunday, the Tobs lost to the Edenton Steamers 9-4. And then on Monday, not a good game at all. A 14-4 loss at home at Fleming Stadium against the Peninsula Pilots, a game in which the Tobs really never got into the game. And I know head coach Justin Hough not exactly happy with that as he talked with the team afterwards, just trying to get them to play a little bit harder. So we'll see what they do here tonight against the Morehead City Marlins. The Tobs did have a day off yesterday, so a chance to get a little bit rejuvenated. And like I said, we'll see how they do again tonight against the Morehead City Marlins, a team they beat 9-1 earlier in the season, the only matchup of the season between the two teams thus far. In the game on Sunday, Daniel Batts went 3 1/3 innings and did not allow a run. He's now thrown 8+ innings of scoreless baseball, something that head coach Justin Hough is obviously happy about. In the game on Monday, Jonathan Wazak came out of the bullpen just off the DL, and he pitched 1 inning. He was able to work around some shaky defense, and he was able to pick up 2 strikeouts. So that's good news for the young man out of Western Carolina University. The Tobs tonight going up against those Morehead City Marlins. I mentioned they won 9-1. The Marlins at the bottom of the East Division, so a good chance for the Tobs to get back on track tonight. Speaking of getting back on track, when we come back, we will have head coach of the Tobs, Justin Hough, and then after that, we will have financial consultant with PNC Bank, Rebecca Hough. All that and more on this edition of Tobs Talk, presented by Thomas & Ferris. Welcome back, everybody, to this edition of Tobs Talk. I'm Jake Donnelly. With me here is head coach of the Tobs, Justin Hough. Justin, last two games haven't really gone the way the Tobs have wanted. The two starters were unable to get out of the second inning. As a former pitcher, what do you have to do to kind of turn things around when you know you don't have your best stuff on that particular night?
Well, mainly throw strikes. I think that's where we're struggling right now. We're trying to be a little too fine, trying to nibble around the zone instead of just attacking people. We've kind of got away from that. That's our philosophy on the pitching mound, and we've kind of got away from it, and that's where we're struggling right now. And we're looking for guys to get back in that, kind of pick up the tempo, those strikes, and let our defense work, not let them sit back on their heels, watch a couple walks, and then have to go make a play. And that's kind of led to a few errors throughout the last two games.
And we've been talking all season about how good the bullpen has been. Last game, not really the bullpen's best for performance, but there was one arm who threw an inning of scoreless relief, and that is Jonathan Wazak, who has had some control issues, but seemingly got those under control in the last game. What did he do differently that made him so effective?
Well, we worked a little bit between his last outing and this one, and kind of widened his base out, suited him up a little bit more. He's working with a new arm angle. Some stuff is new to him, so we're trying to find a position that's comfortable for him. And I think maybe we found that. At least it was easier to recreate that motion every time as he was on the mound, and that really helped him be more consistent.
And we've talked once already this year about the Tobs errors, and again, last game, not exactly their best performance on the defensive side. Is it still just an issue of guys trying to do too much out there on the field?
It's a little bit of that. You know, we had one ball thrown away, trying to throw a guy out who rounded first too big, and that's a tough throw to make. Not necessarily a bad throw, it's just a really aggressive throw. And it didn't really work out for us. At that point in the game, it probably wasn't the best, but you don't fault the kid for being aggressive and trying to make something happen. And a lot of the other errors are kind of the same way. They're not the routine plays that we're screwing up just yet. And that, you know, that's kind of what we're looking at, is that they are tough, and our defense is kind of getting back on our heels, and I've challenged the pitchers to kind of try to fix that. Work faster, throw more strikes, keep the defense in the game, because it's hard when you're on defense and you're standing there and you kind of get relaxed because you're not doing anything for 2 or 3 batters, and all of a sudden you're supposed to jump back in it and make a play. So that's kind of where we're at with our pitching staff and our defense.
And now on to some good news for the Tobs, the offense. The offense has been at the top or near the top in pretty much every single offensive category since the start of the season, really spearheaded by Ben Schmucker and his 14 runs batted in on the season. What is he doing so well? He's a D2 kid out of UNC Pembroke, but it seems like it doesn't matter who the other team throws. He just looks very relaxed in the box.
He's an older kid, and he's going to be a senior next year. He's had a lot of at-bats, which is why we wanted him to come hit for us this summer. He has done a great job of staying calm under pressure, and I think that is because he is older. He's been in those situations. He plays in a very good conference that faces some really good arms. So his maturity at the plate is really shown through so far this year.
Well, Justin, thank you for coming in here this morning. When we come back, we will have a representative from PNC. All of that on this edition of Tobs Talk. Welcome back, everybody, to Tobs Talk, presented by Thomas & Ferris, right here on Greenlight Channel 2. I'm Jake Donnelly, and with me now is financial consultant from PNC Bank, Rebecca Hough. Rebecca, thank you for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Now, as a financial consultant for PNC Bank, do you mind just giving me a little overview about what PNC Bank does?
Yes, we provide financial services for retail as well as mortgage and commercial needs.
And I've heard that there's a great program in early childhood education that PNC sponsors. Do you mind giving us a bit of an overview with that as well?
No, not at all. It's called PNC Grow Up Great, and we sponsor 15 local organizations between Wilson, Nash, and Edgecombe counties. And it's a great program that involves early childhood education and the communities that they're involved in.
Okay, and I know PNC does a lot of different things in the community, and one of the things that stands out, especially to me who is a simple person and is attracted by bright, shiny objects, is the whirligigs that are around Wilson. And I believe there's a park called the Wallace Simpson Whirligig Park. What is that?
Yes, PNC is very excited about that park. It brings arts and culture together.
And that's definitely something that I've never seen anywhere else, and when I'm driving around, I am absolutely attracted, probably a little bit too much so, to the little whirligigs. So I want to say thank you to PNC for putting those out there. And actually, finally, as a financial consultant, what can I do if I want more info on PNC? Where can I go?
Yes, you can visit us at Heritage Crossing on Raleigh Road. We're located in front of the Target.
Okay, so Raleigh Road in front of the Target if you want more information and if you want to check out PNC Bank. Rebecca, thank you so much for coming in here this morning. When we come back, we'll be closing out this edition of Tobs Talk, presented by Thomas & Ferris, right here on Greenlight Channel 2. Welcome back, folks, to Tobs Talk, presented by Thomas & Ferris, right here on Greenlight Channel 2. I'm Jake Donnelly. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. Well, tonight's game for the Tobs is against the Morehead City Marlins, a team that they defeated 9-1 earlier in the season. It's the only game of the season between the two teams, so the Tobs are looking to go 2-0 against the basement dwellers of the East Division of the Coastal Plain League. And two men who are going to try and help the Tobs get back on track: Adam Pate, who went 2 for 5 in his last game and also picked up a stolen base. He's now 6 for 7 in the stolen base department on the season, and he leads the Tobs. Also, Ben Schmucker, who has been swinging the bat really well as of late. He picked up a sacrifice fly in the 14-4 loss against the Peninsula Pilots, and he now has 15 runs driven in on the season, and that does in fact lead the Coastal Plain League. I would like to extend a special thanks to head coach Justin Hay for coming in here again today, as well as Rebecca Hough, financial consultant with PNC Bank. For those of you who are wondering what our promotion is for tonight, well, one promotion is our $5 deal night, where you can get hamburger, fries, a cookie, and a small fountain drink. And then there is that other little promotion for our Schools Out celebration, the one that I'm sure will bring almost everybody out to the park. Yes, that's right. We will have fireworks tonight. Fireworks, fireworks, fireworks. We're going to blow some stuff up after the game. Gates open at 6 o'clock. Game time is scheduled to start at 7:05 against the Morehead City Marlins. Tobs look to go 2-0 against the Marlins. Again, a special thanks to Justin Hay as well as PNC financial consultant Rebecca Hough for coming here in this morning. This has been Jake Donnelly and another edition of Tobs Talk. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you at Fleming.